Hello everyone, welcome to a new episode in Minecraft. We are just going to actually go and build a new building and a little bit of a creeper farm as well. So I kind of got a little bit of a spot pulled out here. So due to the lack of videos that I've been making lately, I just got a new graphics card and everything like that. So yeah, I had a lot of issues trying to record and render my videos, so it's just been really difficult lately. So I had to actually redo all my videos and everything like that. So this is kind of more of a voiceover. So the little spot that we're going to actually build is just right on this island, and I do like the look of it. Our town's just right over there, and we're going to have to probably flatten all of this little area out right here. So I also been using my fireworks and stuff a lot lately. So I kind of wanted to make a creeper farm, and I wanted to make a sugarcane farm as well underneath it. So we're going to need some sugarcane to go, and I kind of already have a sugarcane farm, but I kind of wanted to mess around with the new crafters that we have. And I figured this was going to be one of the easier projects for me to accomplish. Place right here. It's going to be kind of a lighthouse. So what I was going to do, I'm going to build it straight up, and I'm going to make a couple layers of just for some of the creepers to spawn in there, and it's going to have an auto kill system. And basically, I'm just going to get all the gunpowder I can from the creepers. So yeah, we're going to have to go and collect a lot of resources for it. And it's going to kind of just kind of have a little bit of it's going to taper off a little bit at the top. So it's not going to be, it's going to be kind of wide on the bottom, and it's going to be a little bit narrow on the top. Going to give it that lighthouse feel that you would normally see all over the place. So a very stereotypical build of a lighthouse. So we're going to grab all the resources that we have, and then we're going to come right back to it. Yeah, so we're going to be doing a lot of work, adding a lot of resources and stuff like that. So basically, we're going to be using some red terracotta and bone blocks for this build, and it's all finished. It's all done. What did I say? Most of my footage was no bueno. So now we got it all done, so it is what it is. That looks pretty good, though. I have to say, I did have to make a little bit of sacrifices on the build. Mostly where the stairwell is, a little bit of taper off on the very top there. And we got lots of little bits of lighting in there. And you can kind of hear the creepers go on dying horribly in the background. So it is working quite a bit. Unfortunately, I did not build the tower high enough that I could just sit on the top and just watch the creepers kind of, spawn in and die instantly. So I kind of have to fly around this place for the creepers to kind of spawn in. I probably could just maybe even dig down, but it seems to be doing its job. And we'll go over what it looks like and how it really works. I really wish I could have had the footage to kind of show you how I was building it, but it is what it is kind of thing. So you kind of hear some snow golems go and manipulate the creepers to going down in there. Fortunately, they don't really a heck of them spawn out a lot. So we can go right down here, and we got the kill area right here, which is just basically a bunch of campfires, some hoppers underneath it, but we do get a lot of gunpowder. that was kind of the important thing, to make sure that we are getting the gunpowder with this. So that is the basics of that one. So the next part of this that we're going to have to build is basically the sugarcane. I kind of want to build it right underneath it. Have to kind of maybe build down so we can have the creeper spawn up top or whatever. Yeah, I'm going to use a lot of bone blocks, which I kind of used my skeleton farm for that. Just kind of hung around and just murdered them with my looting sword and got a lot of bone blocks. I love the top part of this, how it really turned out. And you can kind of see my other island right there, and you can kind of get a good look from it from there. It's got this nice arches to it, but I wanted to leave it kind of exposed so you can kind of see everything from a distance. You can really get the light out. This area down here, I have no idea what I'm going to do with it. Eventually, I think I'm just going to make it like storage or something like that. Or maybe I might have a future interior build I might want to mess around with. But for the time being, it's just going to stay as it is. It's more of a functional build than an actual usable space. The usable space I'm thinking of is like more the town where you can see all the interiors, and it's more of a close-up build, where this is more of a distance build than anything else. So the exteriors of it are like more important what the interiors of it look like. And I put a lot of slabs on there just to make sure that we don't have anything spawning. You know, I have just a thing for ninja creepers coming down and landing on top of me and making a mess. From a distance, you don't really see those blocks. It just kind of like blends in a little bit, which kind of works out really well. So as we get one more last little look from a distance from the island, it looks amazing. And it kind of hides my ugly builds that are right behind it. So my main giant farm. So when we get closer and closer to the lighthouse, you kind of get to see that ugly farm that I have in the back. It's a nice thing about the island is that you don't really get to see that. So we're going to actually replicate this sugarcane farm that we get a lot of sugarcane from. Just letting it run all the time. Farm, now we can actually start building the fireworks factory. Yeah, so getting that fireworks factory is very important. It sure beats trying to kill these things the old-fashioned way. Alright, so we do have all the resources that we need to build all this stuff. I'm gonna probably at least need 2 crafters for this build at least. Now, I'm not entirely sure on how to build an auto crafter, but there's many videos out there. I could probably go and rummage around and maybe find one that would actually work for this. Basically, the idea is going to be kind of like my own way of doing it. It may not be the most efficient way of doing it, but it'll get done. And I'm probably going to need like a ton of hoppers for this as well to kind of like collect and move all the product that I need. So we'll just collect all the resources that we need for this and we'll get right to the build. All right, so we're going to go and build the sugarcane farm just for the paper. Finally get to use these frog lights. Beautiful. I like them. They look really nice, surprisingly. All right, and also we gotta put in the observers. Pretty sure I put these in backwards, but I just kind of want to put them in there so I kind of know where they start. I just want to kind of get the base of it done first. All right, so we're gonna have to probably build this down just a little bit more. You know, when I first start playing this game, I actively don't actually look for coal in this game at all. I kind of more use it as a currency to like trade with the villagers and stuff like that. Plus, when you're kind of starting, you kind of need the XP and whatever. And I think kind of getting an active amount of charcoal, and I kind of still do even in the later game, is to actively make charcoal. I don't know. I just think it's just a lot easier for myself. All right, so we're gonna get our line of hoppers in there. We gotta slop some mud right on the top here, and then we can put our reeds on there, and plus it sinks down a little bit. When your sugarcane gets hit a little bit, it kind of sinks down into the hoppers. Now we gotta put in our row of pistons, put in our water source here. Yeah, so I'll make it like an infinite source here and make sure that it all filled. Ah, jeez, come on, cooperate, man. Next, we'll dig a hole so we can place our redstone line for this to work. All right, so we're gonna put in our little bit of redstone here. Just put our line in. Oh, I got covered up with dirt. Good old dirt. I think we'll also just kind of get this down into maybe just one. So we'll probably just move these hoppers into one line so it's not as complicated. And there we go. That's in. It took like 3 times to get that like that. Just consolidate all this into one. Right, so we're gonna have the stairwell coming down to getting our rockets are right about here. I'm gonna have it facing that way. Oops, I didn't do that one right. We're gonna have it facing that way. Yeah, so we're gonna have to come down and then have our little box right there, and we should be able to just pick up whatever we need right there. Okay, so we're gonna put our hoppers in just like that. We'll put a little bit of a comparator right in behind here. I put a hopper right in there. Going into it, I'll take care of that one. And then a couple of observers as well. Put a little block there. And then put a comparator on top there. And a comparator on top there. And just put a bunch of blocks right here. Move that middle one, I guess. And a couple of redstone stone torches. Make a bit of a hopper clock. Facing into one another. And some redstone dust. Build up a little bit of some hoppers right to the top here. Get it all kind of like attached to one another, so we have all the reeds going into one. And just kind of block this off, and we'll have some reeds right in there. That one's going to be the fire rockets, so we're going to have the gunpowder right there. These things are so annoying to kind of put in. Get in there. Get in there. You go. Ah, not you. Yeah, we'll kind of simplify this a little bit. Yeah, I think we'll just put another hopper on top there. And we'll put a little bit of a chest there. We're going to have it come into that one. And then it's going to spit out all the rockets right into those hoppers. Better block it off because I don't really want them to be spitting out all over the place. We'll just kind of cover our bases with some of this. Put some glass there so I can at least see if there's anything wrong with it. Still can open that chest. Beautiful. Kind of have it going in there. Oh yeah, okay. This is what I did wrong. I kind of put that comparator in the wrong place. Now it should be shooting off automatically. Now I kind of really don't want this thing running all the time. So I think what I'll do is I'll put in a switch so I can at least turn it off. It's going to be flashing all the time. That's alright. It's going to be out of sight, out of mind. Alright, so we have finished that. And we got all the rockets that we could possibly need. So I can go down there and get rockets whenever I want to, which is just one less thing that we have to worry about in our world. Have all those creepers dying in there. So that should be it for today's episode. Hopefully we will see you in the next one. Everyone, say hello to your mother for me, and we'll see you in the next one. Alright, laters.